Hello and welcome to a talkie video, something I don't often do on this channel. However, I've been talking over the last 18 months in my other videos about my Invisalign journey, in which it turned my teeth from this to this. And I've had some comments and questions, so I thought I would do this talkie video, hence the jaunty music that seems to accompany this kind of content, where I will just take a succinct amount of time to talk about my Invisalign journey. So, let's start at the beginning. I was born in 1984. Okay, not that far back, but I've always had pretty naff teeth. I lived up to the British stereotype of looking like I was curb stomped, basically, and it wasn't a good look. Like my wedding photos, I was smiling like this. And when you walk past someone in a corridor and they smile at you, you go, you just look like you're kind of being a little bit sarcastic, like that, and it's not a good look. So I thought, let's get them done. Let's get them done. And this was probably mid 2018. I thought, I've had enough. I want to get this sorted out. So I went to my local private dentist, because that's where you seem to have to go. Like my actual dentist was like, can't do anything for you, mate. This is rough. So I'm not the man for you. So he referred me to someone, looked at their website, God no, they were well expensive. So I went to another local one and I had a scan where they basically shoved this giant tool in your mouth, not in that way, and rummaged around, still not in that way. Made you gag a few times, still not in that way. And they got this scan together of your teeth. It was great, you could move it around, it's hilarious. They sent it away, and then it came back, they gave me a ring and said, it's going to cost you this much money. And I will go into money later, because I know that's kind of why half the people who don't usually watch my content probably clicked on this video, because they want to find out how much it costs, but you're going to have to wait, because I'm a showman. But it was a lot of money, and I said, can't do that, mate. It's not in my price bracket. So I went away. I started saving a bit of money because it was very expensive. And then I came back when I had a bit of money and I said, I would like it now, please. And they said, no, mate, because so much time's gone past, those scans are no longer valid. So the price might be different. And I said, so I got another scan with another tool by another person in the same practice, and that went away. And then it came back and I was like, it's going to be more, isn't it? And it was actually a little bit less. So I was like, yes, lads, let's do it. So I didn't pay the whole whack off, but I did pay a deposit, paid about half. So yeah, that was still a chunk of change. So it took me about 2 years to save for that. So fast forward to 2020, in the midst of a pandemic. So this was at the latter end of that year. It was around the October of 2020. I said, let's go ahead and do it. Paid the deposit, and that is at the point where they will have your aligners made. So Invisalign, what is it? Hashtag not spon. I'm not being sponsored for this video. I'm just going into my experience. So if anyone else is watching this thinking, ooh, I kind of fancy getting my own lashes looked at, then this is a bit of information and you may find it of use. So Invisalign is a type of brace that they claim is invisible, hence the name. They are small trays you will wear either between 5 and 10 days or even 2 weeks each. And they gradually get into a shape that molds your teeth. So they will start all crooked and gnarled and should hopefully be nice and straight and smiley at the end. So you'll swap them out every week. In fact, I had some. They come in a box. So it was a month to get made. So after a month, my first set of aligners came in, and they will come in a packet, well, like this, basically. Just not this packet, this one's mine. And this is what they look like. So you get 2, unless you are only having the top or bottoms done, you'll get 2. So there is my top and there is my bottoms. So, and I shall demonstrate this for you. They clip in. Like that. and they are quite tight when they go in. Let it be known, they are quite tight. And there you go, they're in. Like, who that? You can kind of tell that they're in, but you also kind of can't. So they are good. If you don't want the old train tracks over your teeth, they are a great option. But don't expect them to not be painful, because they can be. And one of the things that they don't tell you about during the consultation that you need to be aware of, and I've not worn these for a while, so my voice is a little bit kind of funny, but it does get better, I promise, is they don't tell you that you will get attachments on your teeth, which is small bits of bonding, similar to the stuff that you get when you have fillings on certain teeth. I say certain teeth, however, I seem to have them on every single bloody tooth. All the way around here, all the way down there. And they effectively are used to rotate, pull down the teeth, pull up the teeth, pull them forward, pull backwards, to where the dentist wants them to be. And then if they don't clip in, they won't move them properly. So you need to make sure they're really nice and snugly plugged in. But what that also means, and this is the sucky part, is at least for the first few trays, you can't get the buggers out. You clip them in, you think, oh, that was a little bit uncomfortable. Oh God, where's this searing pain coming from? And then trying to get them out is one of the scariest experiences of my life, quite possibly. Because they're really nice and snug and they're held in by what feels like anchors, you have to really dig in order to try and get them out, which means kind of don't know if you understood that, but it is stressful, it is painful. You will probably consider not taking them out, which means you can't eat, because nope, cannot eat with your aligners in, because they will, hot stuff like hot drinks, hot food will melt them. Don't want those fused to my teeth. Don't know if that'll happen, just assuming, just my mind just assuming stuff. Yeah, they will get all gunky and gross, and it will just generate. I only ate once with them accidentally in. Worst experience ever. So do not recommend at all. So don't do that. But you will become a pro in no time at getting your Invisalign out. Hook them out from one side at the back, hook them out from the other side, and then they'll come out. And I shall demonstrate now. Boom, and then it comes really, really easy. Same to the bottom. And they'll come out, along with a load of spit. You'll get used to doing it in public as well. Because, yeah, that's one of the things. You have to wear them for, basically, your dentist will tell you have to wear them for 22 hours a day. Some people don't. Some people are naughty boys and girls, will only wear them 18. Some people only wear them when they're asleep, and they are mad people, because you're paying a lot of money. Do what the dentist tells you to do. So I was a good boy. I wore them for as close to 22 hours a day for basically a year and a half. And it's hard. It's hard because, as I say, you're in public. You want a little sneaky drink, coffee. You can't drink with them in, apart from water. So you have to pop those bad boys out, and you're popping them out, and then drool everywhere. You feel like people are staring at you because you've just got drool and snot, and you're crying. Okay, not quite, but that's kind of how it feels. So it's unpleasant, but you will soon realise that nobody gives a shit. No one's looking at you, so just, whip those bad boys out and enjoy your caramel macchiato or whatever the hell that is. I don't know, I just hear people say it. Right, so let's do a comparison. I've just taken these out, so they're a bit spitty. So this is the top aligners that I just took out. Let's compare them to the very first top aligners. So there's the first ever top aligners that I got. They're the first. And they're the most recent. So look, you can see, look at that. Ooh, look, I look like a judge. There's a title card. So you can see here, I had a bit of a snaggle tooth, which I called my vampire tooth. That was there. So yeah, that needed pushing in. That needed pushing in, which you can see on this one has gone in nicely. So look at the difference. Look at those. You can see side by side there. That's crazy. That is quite the difference. Let me get my lower ones as well. So this is what my teeth are currently. Not quite as much spit on them, however. And this is they're the originals. Look at that. Look at that. Right here, there was another one, except here, the tooth was pushed at the back on the bottom. So people often watching my videos would say, have you had a tooth knocked out? Because the tooth was that far back, it just looked like a black void, basically. So yeah, you couldn't actually tell that there was a tooth there at all. But now it's been pushed forward, so it is in line. So you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know that it'd be pushed. They did a cracking job. Cracking job, and they're all still my teeth, so cannot complain at all. So yeah, once you've got over all of that, and it just becomes second nature. You actually kind of don't listen to people when they say you forget that they're in, because you never really forget that they're in. You just get used to the fact that they're in. And yeah, after a few months or even a few weeks, it gets fine. It really gets fine. So yeah, there's that. So I got an initial lot of trays, which I changed weekly. I got 52. Then I thought, great, 52 weeks, job's a good one, gonna be all over. However, that wasn't quite the case, because things don't always go to plan, especially if you don't wear them for 22 hours a day. And even though I wore them for 22 hours a day, I still needed more. So I was rescanned, and once again gagged on the dentist's tool, not like that. And yeah, I got another 25 trays. Lovely stuff. I've got even more to wear. So they came in about a couple of weeks. So I had to wear the same tray for 2 weeks straight, which got all gross and grimy and grotty. So come on, guys, remember, get your retainer bright. Be a bright person and get retainer bright, because you're going to need them, because they get grotty. They get very, very unpleasant. So I wore those. I was a good boy. Got scanned again. Got another 15 trays, I believe. So yeah, it felt like a never-ending cycle of misery and pain. However, the dentist said I didn't need to wear all 15 of those, and after about 9, he said, let's scan you, you're done. And I was like, smiling. So I was very, 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 very happy. And then I was scanned again, but this time it was for a retainer. So for a nighttime retainer, which, as you guessed it, you only wear at night. Some dentists I've read online will recommend you still wear it fairly full time, but I've found so far, touch wood, that I haven't needed to wear it full time. So I only wear it when I get in bed, and when I get out, whip them out. Yeah, I don't need to worry too much about that. Also, one other thing, permanent retainers. So I have, you won't be able to see, I have a permanent wire on the underside of my lower teeth, which is fused with bonding, nothing on the upper. So I've found that when I do put in my evening retainer, there is a little bit of discomfort, especially around here where that one canine really had to be pulled down and pushed back. But that sort of discomfort, it won't go as far as calling it pain, will be gone within 5 minutes. But your teeth are always going to be fighting to go back to where they want to be, as opposed to where they are now, which is where they definitely don't want to be. I want them to be there. They don't want to bloody be there. So you have to make sure you wear those retainers. Otherwise, they're going to go back to where you don't want them to be and where you paid so much for them not to be. So don't undo all that bloody work. So there we go. I've got my retainers. So they just go in very much the same. Boom. I didn't really know they were in either. Don't let them tell you they're invisible. When you've got attachments, they kind of are. And they get you out. Oh. There you go. Oh, no drool trail. So that's good. So, yeah. There we go. Right. Let us talk money. Because my original quote, when I went back in 2018, it was about $4,000. And I was like, what? That's crazy. But then when I went back and was given that second quote by a different orthodontist, it was a shy over £3,000. So I paid my deposit, and then I paid basically monthly over the next 2 years, which made it much more manageable. There's no way I can pay like $3,000 in one chunk. So with the deposit and paying monthly, It really helped. Other dentists have payment plans. You could get credit and things like that. Or you could pay it off in one chunk if you are so lucky as to be able to do that. But yeah, having a payment plan, which a lot of dentists will be able to offer you, is definitely recommended. And another thing that is also recommended is check the provider's level, because they can be basically like a silver provider or a bronze provider or a platinum diamond provider, something like that. So the lower the level means the less amount of Invisalign they work with, the higher means the more they work with, which means you can assume, hopefully, touch wood again, that means that they're really experienced, so they're going to do you a really good job. The provider I went with, I believe he was gold, which is not the highest, obviously, but I think he did a banging job. Like, look at these. There's a bloody smile I never thought I'd have. Like, I should go back and do all my wedding photos over again now. But yeah, who'd have thunk that these teeth would have become these teeth? Because I certainly would have never, ever have thought that. And I'm over the bloody moon at my teeth now. So hang on, smiling. No more. Oh look, Mike's coming. Yeah, he's really happy. So there we go. That was my Invisalign journey. Very happy now. So no more comments about me being toothless in the comments, please, because it's not true anymore. Anyway, yes, if you have the option to, and you're unhappy with your teeth, I would recommend this in a heartbeat. It was great. It was good. I am so happy. No regrets. A lot of money. But if you have the option to be able to spread your payments, and you can do, then go for it. This whole bloody cost of living thing at the moment, at least at the time I'm recording this, wouldn't have had a luck in. So I was lucky enough to be able to do this before then, because had that been now, I think, yeah, it would have been a whole other story. But if you're in a position where you have £100 that you can put aside a month to sort your teeth out, then go for it if that's what you want to do, because yeah, I ain't looking back. I'm going to wear those retainers religiously for the rest of my life, so I never have to go back to that. So yes, there we go. That was my Invisalign journey. If you've got any questions, let me know in the old comments below, and I'll endeavour to respond to them. I know I'm not usually great at responding to comments, but I will try. I've got like 3 jobs. Give me a break. But there we go. Invisalign done, smiley done. I now have some more whitening to continue with, because obviously having a thing protecting your teeth for 1.5 years can make them a little bit stained despite your best efforts, because you have to brush every time as well. Brush your teeth after every meal before you put your aligners back in, because otherwise, you know, cavity central. And I've avoided them. I was a good boy. Like I say, I was a really good boy. But listen to the advice of your orthodontist. Don't trust all of the people on the internet, even me. Do your own research, listen to your dentist, and go and get that smile that is going to make you happy, and not smile like this in corridors.